Vegasbins by Lillian. This is Lillian. Um, this is my very first live, and bear with me. I'm a little nervous, but I have some things that I wanted to share, and I was going to share them over a video, but I just decided I wanted to do them live. Give me 1 second so I can shut this door. Okay. And now I need to figure out also how to do it where I can see what somebody says on my computer. So let me see if it shows up. Okay, I don't see myself. Well, I really don't, it's not showing me myself on here. So I'm not really sure what you all look at when you determine who's live so that I can be able to, if somebody responds, I can respond back to them. So I don't really see that part right now. So as I said, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out where that is. And I may have to ask my son to come help me out again because he helped me go live, but I'm not seeing it on my computer. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I thank anybody that comes in and decides they want to um, listen to what I have to say. I see Kia. I hope I'm saying your name right, Kia. Hi. Thank you for coming in and watching. I'm kind of excited right now. I went to a women's conference. No, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. It wasn't a women's conference. It was a craft event. And I met a young lady and she told me about several stores in my area. I'm in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And she told me about several stores in my area that were called bin stores. And I never been to a bin store before. So I went online and got all of the information to find out where the closest ones from me. And it turns out to be that there's one that's maybe 15, 20 minutes from me. And it's called Fred Vegas Bin Stores. So I decided that I was going to go over there and see what all they had. But at the time, I just wanted to go, one, to see what they had, but two, to see what they had that I could use for my business. Because she told me when she was talking to me, she said she buys her boxes from there. She finds the different bags, the bags that we use. She didn't find any shrink wrap ones, but she found all the other ones that we use for packaging our baskets. She's found baskets. She found a whole lot of different stuff like that. So I decided that I wanted to go. Hi, Esmarie, and hi, Tailor Made Designs. Thank y'all for watching. Um, I decided I wanted to go and let me see what they had. Well, I went the last, I guess now this will be my second week going. And I'm going to say that I think I lost my mind while I was there because I bought up so much stuff. And that's what I'm on here for tonight because I want to show some of the stuff that I bought. And I was in a live earlier with um, All Things K, and I was asking different ones, have they ever used these boxes that has a clear top to it? And several of them said that they weren't familiar with what I was talking about. So I wanted to get on here and I wanted to show those boxes before I showed anything else. And I bought the brown boxes. I got those. It was 27 of them, and I got those for $1. I got another pack that was a 50 pack, and I was able to get them for $3. I think it was $3. And I got white and I got black. And after being on the live, and I hope I'm not talking too fast, but after being on the live with All Things K, she showed a couple of concepts, and I just went afterwards and I got those boxes and pulled them out and just put a few things on top of inside of the boxes just to see how they would look. And I want to first show you the boxes, each one. Here's the brown box, and it has a clear top, and then it's 10 by 10 by 2.5. So what I did with this one, showing you what the box looks like, I turned around and I'm gonna open it up and show you what I did with it. Well, I turned around and I put a body wash, a hand soap, some lotion, a loofah, and one of exfoliating wand, and I threw in a little thing of perfume, and I just wanted to see how they all fit in the box. And when I put them all in the box and I moved them around and everything had enough room in them, and then I was able to close it, so it actually ended up looking like this. And I said, well, I'm pretty pleased with that. So I think I'm going to start, considering that I have 150 of these boxes now, some of my concepts are going to be made with these boxes, because every time I watch LBE, she says, use what you have before you go buy more things. So I had those and I said, well, I'm going to use these for my regular concepts, for my women, for the men, and then I'm going to also use them for, I make the inspirational baskets using the Bible and the prayer journal and the prayer cards and stuff like that. So I went to get one of the prayer journals that I just bought today, actually, and I'm going to put one of those. These were really nice. I got these today for $1, and they actually fit in this box really well. And then I'll put all the rest of the items that I put on in there. And so I'll use that concept. Well, for the smaller ones, the white and the black ones, those are 8 by 8 by 2.5. So what I did with that one was I went and got a couple of items and put them in there. Wait a minute, let me see if I can turn it around so you can see it better. Turn back around. There we go. And I put all of those items in there, and they fit in there nicely. And I don't have any tissue in there in my shredding paper. I don't have any of those in there, but I figured, and it closes nicely, and now it looks like a gift box. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I did do really, really well with those. Then the white one, I turned around and I have an orange and yellow set of that one, the design I wanted to use in this one, because I felt like it stood out. And that's what the orange and yellow looks like. And I said, okay, that'll fit in there fine. Once I put the shred in the paper, I think that'll be on point. That'll be another concept. So I said, I can use a lot of them. I can use a lot of them to make those kind of baskets in a box. So that I was pretty excited about that. Now I'm going to go to some of the things, show some of the items that I bought. Thank you, Tailor Made Design. I love how it came out. And thank you, Esmarie, also. I walked around different days. A few times I went they have a $10 day, a 8, a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 1, and a 50 cent on Thursdays. So a couple of days, I'm not sure when I went and how much some of them cost, but I found this cute little black bag, black purse with a strap. And I said, I'll be able to put that into Um, I'll be able to put that in a basket and make a nice design with that one. And then I found these cosmetic bags that were a two-piece. And I thought those were nice, and those, so I can put two of them, I can put them in different bags. And here's where I kind of went crazy. As far as my husband was concerned, I kind of went crazy. I found some prayer journals and some, as they're called gratitude journals. And I found them in so many different colors. And I bought all of these today. And I think I bought like 20 different ones. And what I love so much, these are some of the colors of those. What I loved about this book was it gives you the day, the month, it gives you Monday through Sunday. It gives you January through December, no year, so you can put what you want in it. And in the beginning of it, it gives you affirmations in this particular one. And it goes all the way in the back part, it gives you empty ones. That was that one set right there. Then I turned around and I found another style, but they're all prayer journals, or you can use them as prayer journals or to-do lists or just a journal, period. They don't necessarily have to be a prayer journal. This one is another style that I was able to find. So I wasn't trying to find all of the same style. I just found different styles. Hello, Lady Diva. Hello, Wrap It Up Gifts. Marie, thank y'all for coming in. And this one has a memo at the top, and you put your date, and you can circle Monday through Sunday on this one as well. And then all of them, I have pins, so they all have little hooks on the end. So I'm going to put pins on all of them, and I'll make all of these. During Mother's Day, I think I did 10 inspirational journals, because what I was trying to do was not give, if that person, it's because I had people that come and say, well, what do you have that doesn't have any fragrances in it? And I had found, got some prayer journals together with the prayer cards, the journals. I had went to Dollar Tree, I went to Roses, and I went to Ross, and I found a lot of different ones. So I used some different concepts, and what I put in there, I put one of the coffee tumblers in there, and I put 3 things of tea in there. I did the prayer journals, the prayer cards, the tea, or the cup with the tea. I gave them an ink pen. I gave them the prayer card. I gave them, there was a couple of other things. Oh, and I found, and I can't find them now, but I found them during Mother's Day, and I wish I had bought every single one they had. They had some fans that had Bible verses on them. And each one of the baskets that I did all had a prayer in the back. And the way I did it was I always put something in there for the person to find as a gift. And I don't tell the person that's buying it, I tell them that there's a special gift in there, but they'll be able to find it once they open it up and start looking at it. And I forgot what it was I put in there, but it was something I don't know if it was if they were stickers or what I did. But this time I went to the store. I'll get back to my card, the rest of my journals in just one second. But I went on Marketplace, or my husband went on Marketplace the other day and told me about this lady that was selling these key rings. And so I reached out to the lady and asked her about the key rings. They were $15 for 120. And she said she had bought them and what she was going to use them for, and she didn't get a chance to use them. So I bought them from her, and they all have affirmations on them. This particular one says you are kind. This one says you are enough. This one says you are worthy. This one says, sorry, let me turn around so you can see it. You are never alone. The purple one says you are amazing. And this brown one says you are you. So what I'm going to do with each one of these in every last inspirational basket that I make, I'm going to, since they're silicone, I'm just going to fold them up like this. And in each one of those journals, I'm going to put this inside of them. So when they finally get around to open it and going through it, they'll be able to, they'll see a surprise. They'll have a surprise that they didn't know was in there. And it'll be one of these keychains that has an affirmation on it. So I thought that was really nice, so I can continue to stay with the concept that I was going to be doing. And as it gets closer to almost time for it to get cold outside, I always do something during the year. Last year I did 30 bags for Mother's Day, and then took them to a shelter and gave them to all of the ladies at that particular shelter. So this time I'm going to do 30 actually cosmetic bags for the lady, but I'm going to do 20 cosmetic bags for the ladies, and I'm going to do 10 toiletry bags. I guess that's what you call them for the men. And in each one of them, I'm going to give them one of those affirmation key rings, but I'm going to give the ladies in theirs items that they would need on a daily basis, including a scarf, including a fleece scarf, because I have a lot of fleece fabric. So I'm going to cut all of that up, and I'm going to make scarves for the ladies and scarves for the men. And in the ladies' baskets, I want to, or in the ladies' tote bag, I believe I probably end up making a tote bag for them to put the other bag in. But in their bag, the things that I want that I will go out and get. I want some sanitary items for them. I want toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant. I always did last year. I gave them some eye makeup. I gave them, since I don't know, I didn't know who was getting it. So I didn't want to mess with the colors, like blush colors, and it'd be the wrong color. But I know that they like, a lot of women like, because I don't do makeup, but I know that a lot of women like different colors. So I got the different color eyeshadows, and I got some different color lip glosses, and I put in there, and then I bought different color fingernail polishes, because those are the things that if you live in a shelter or if you're homeless on the street, those are things that you are not thinking about buying. All you're thinking about is surviving. So I wanted to give them something to make them feel good, to make them feel good about themselves. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have the same item, probably some of the same items, as well as, the deodorant and all the things that your basic needs. Plus, I want to put the fingernail polish, and I want to put the makeup, and I want them to be able to feel special when they get those gifts. I'm going to give them socks. I'm going to give them gloves. I'm going to give them the scarves. And between now and that time, I'm thinking probably October, I'll figure out what else I want to put in there, to add to those items. So they will get one of those keychains, the men and the women, so that would be their surprise in that cosmetic bag. And I was on somebody's live, and this is not from Fred's, but since I'm talking about it, these are the dish drying mats. And I'm going to take two of these, or actually one of these, and I'm going to, I'll just show you real quick what I'm going to do. I'm going to make two out of this one. I'm going to, because it's really long, I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut it in half down through here, and I'm going to sew up each side, and then I'm going to put a zipper in it. And then this is where I'm going to put everything for them. But I got all these different colors and patterns. And then for the men, I'm just going to do a regular black, a regular gray, a black, a regular, they have black, red, gray, and navy blue. So I'm going to buy all of those for the men's toiletry bag and use them. And that'll be what I use for that one. Okay, now back to the rest of the journals. I did not want to leave the men out, and I was going through the bins, and I found just three, that were in black cases, and it says Vertellus Chapters Self-Reflection Journal. And I love how it looked in the inside because that is a nice cover. And I was going to take them out of the cover, but I think I want to leave them in the cover just because that cover looks so manly. And this is how the men's one look. And inside, any page that you turn to, like this one, this particular page, I'm going to read what it says on there. This particular page, it says, I am not the product of my circumstances. I am the product of my decisions. And underneath it says, what are you grateful for at this moment? What is going well? What could be better? What did you learn from your parents, caretakers, for which you are grateful for now? And then on the next page, it tells you reflect on your day and then to score your day. And I thought that was really nice. And I hope and pray that I can get my hands on some more of these so that because right now I only have 3. And I think those would be really nice for the men. So I know for sure I'm going to make 3 men's inspirational inspirational baskets, because I never did it. I only did it for the women. I didn't do it during Father's Day. So that was the ones I had for the men. Like I said, those 3 were the only ones I had. And then I found this one says a daily planner. And this one, I found 5 of these, and it's a prayer journal, 180 days. It says scripture, devotional, and guided prayer journal. So these actually say prayer journals, but I only found 5. And then I found 2 other ones that was just colorful that I said can easily be put as a prayer journal. To give you an example of how I would kind of do it is I would take this one and this, take the prayer cards, the prayer journal, and my little pen that I like that has a little diamond on it, and use that like that. And then put that inside. But I may be putting them inside the boxes if I can fit them in the boxes. And that's everything that I found as far as journals. And that was, I was on a hunt. And even the people that I met that work there now know that I'm on a hunt for any journal, any kind of book that looks like a journal, a prayer journal, gratitude journal. It doesn't make a difference what kind of journal. I told them I'm looking for those. So now they're going to take those, and I'm thinking they might hold a few, because the girl had held those 3 black ones for me. Wait a minute, I want to read a little bit of what some of you have been saying, and I'm sorry that I wasn't looking at it. I'm kind of not trying to let my nerves get the best of me right now. So I hope I'm doing pretty good right now. Lady Diva, thank you. I look for loving my idea. Thank you for telling me that's an amazing blessing. And I did make one of the with the placemats. I did make a clutch purse out of mine a long time ago, and I think I gave it away to somebody. I'm not really sure what I did with that one. So when I started seeing everybody using those placemats, and I said, oh, I did that a long time ago, but I don't remember because it was a long time ago. But now I want to share some other items that I found at the Fred Vegas bins. This was a box that I found a couple of days ago. And I want to say, I think it was $3, $4. And it gave me, let's see what it says is in the box first. In the box, it says it's a facial tube, bath bombs, facial roller, satin hair scrunchie, and a stand holder. Is all in this box. It gives you 2 bath bombs. It gives you a nice, pretty green satin scrunchie. It gives you the stand, little wooden stand, and then it gives you the roller. And it's made out of jade. Come on, follow me. There we go. And it's made out of jade. And I guess you just sit it on a little stand, kind of a little fancy. And then inside, I kept struggling with this little piece every time I did it. It gives you this little piece, and you're supposed to take it and go across your skin with it. I saw another one like this, but I wasn't able to get that one because somebody had picked all over it and left only little pieces. So I just left that one there. But since this one was a complete set, I said, this will be a green concept. Thank you, Lady Diva, for telling me I'm doing good. Thank you. That was one. I just felt like I kind of hit the jackpot with some of the different sets that I was able to find. And now that I know that they have these kind of sets, because what they was explaining to me was a lot of the items that they get come from Amazon. So I was able to get a lot of different sets that I found there. And this is one that I got from them. I'll take out everything first and then show you each item that I got. This one had about 7 or 8 pieces to it. And I got this one for $10. Or, no, I'm sorry, $6. Because I was there on the day it was $6. Well, I got a nice 50 by 60 blanket. I got a Drink Happy Thoughts tumbler. It came with a pink pair of socks or footies. You have an eye mask. You have a candle that says, "Specially for you." Nice little candle. And everything, it comes in these little cute boxes, cute, colorful boxes. And I said, I think I may just leave them all in. I'm going to put them in another basket, but I'm going to leave them in the box. I think I might leave them in the boxes. I haven't decided yet because the boxes are so cute. And this one is a pink bath bomb. Yeah, the green roller was because I had bought some of those from, when I saw that one, I said, oh, I bought a jade roller from Dollar Tree. So when I saw that one, I knew exactly what that one was. And then this one is a little rose diamond soap. So this whole set, when I went online to Amazon to look, I want to say it was either $43 or $45 for everything that was in this box. And then I got another box, and that box, let me put everything back real quick. And another box, that box, I want to say, I think it was $55 for that box. If you would have bought it at Amazon for this one. I'm still trying to figure out how to work with this box because I love the way the colors in this box. I would love to be able to just use this box Let me see if I can hold it up a little bit. That's how large the box is. And that's the front of the box. And everything fit in that box. And I'll take everything out. I got another, I think it says 50 by 60 blanket. And it's pink. And I got another pair of booties, or socks rather. This one came with a little a nice size cosmetic bag with hearts on it. And then it gave me a tumbler with nothing on it besides white glitter. And I said, okay, that's sublimation, all different kind of things that you can do with this tumbler. And then it gave me a candle that was English pear and freesia. And it's a nice size candle. And that was that set. So when I looked at that, I said, okay, these are, they're already preparing me to be able to make some concepts with, and I don't have to go and buy anything to put with them because it already has everything that's needed. Because I said, once I haven't decided which one, but I think I may put, since neither one actually had any fragrances, I said I'll get some and I'll put some this one I just shown, it's more of a pink and purple. So I'll probably find a set that has purple and bath gel, lotion, and spray mist, and make it a complete set. Because I think this will definitely be a couple of my more higher end baskets. Sorry to have my back turned to you. This one I found another set. So I was able to find 4 sets in the last couple of days. This one I believe was definitely a Valentine's set because it has a whole lot of not flowers, hearts on the mug. But you got a mug with this one. Now this one, somebody took some of the parts because it was supposed to have been 7 pieces, but I was only able to get 5 pieces. So I said, that's okay. I can still work with this and do some stuff with this one because each one has a heart. Each pair of socks or pair of booties have a heart, have a gold heart with them. And this one has a pink eye mask like the other one. This one has a crazy in love with you little sign. And then this one has a scented candle that says Happy Valentine's Day. So this was for somebody for Valentine's Day. So I said I can wait to use that one, and I can finish off, add my fragrances to it, put it in a box, or put it in one of my baskets, and that set will be ready to go. I found everybody's been, that I've been watching their videos, have been using the different bags, and I haven't purchased any bags yet. And now that I got all these boxes, I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase any bags, but I found this one bag there, and I went on and got that one. I found this cosmetic bag that's clear and it says glam, and I thought that was cute, and I said, no, I'll get that one and add it to one of my baskets that probably have a gold concept. So I put that one there. And I'm the end of July 31st, August 1st and 2nd, I'm doing a convocation. I'm going to be a vendor at a convocation, a holy convocation. And there's going to be a lot of women there and as well as men. And I found these fascinator hats. And so I bought, hello, Rose. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Catch My Eye Creations. Thank you for coming in. Um, so I wanted to share some of the fascinators that I was able to purchase that I will be having at my event. Um, some really nice colors. A rose, that's more of a tan. This one is a tan. They're different patterns. This one is ivory. Let me pull back for a minute. This one is ivory. This one is navy blue. This one is white. And this one is an ivory as well. So I will be taking all of those with me um, to the event. I'm looking around trying to see what else did I get. Oh, and I won a clack fan from All Things Shun. And I said, well, if I got a clack fan, now I need me a cowboy hat. Well, I was able to find two cowboy hats actually, but at um at Fred Vegas, I found a cowboy hat that has rhinestones in it all the way, and they sparkle. And I said, well, I got the clack fan, I got the cowboy hat. Now all I need is some cowboy boots. And I told my son that I have to learn how to do the boots on the ground. I've been practicing, but I ain't ready to demonstrate it on because he wanted to put me on TikTok live. I would go, oh no, you won't. You're not gonna make me go viral with folks laughing at me because I ain't get the dance right. I said no, I ain't ready for that. Um, so right now I don't know how long I've been on here, but my nerves have. Hi Anita. Um, my nerves have kind of slowed down just a little bit, but I just wanted to share. I've been watching so many different hauls of people, of things that they got. And I said, well, I would like to show some of what I got recently. I haven't gone to, well, I did go to Roses and I was kind of disappointed because I went to get the little small bottles of perfume, and I bought a whole lot of them bef- before Mother's Day. Yeah, before Mother's Day, I bought, I want to say about 50 of them. And because I end up making 95 Mother's Day baskets that I had no idea that I was going to make, I end up using all that I had. So when I went back to go look for some more a couple of weeks ago, I was only able to find this one. Now, when I went around on the other side to the men's, they had all of the it's I think it's two or three different styles for the men and all of these different because there's like six different fragrances in the different boxes or a different case. They had three different cases with three different styles for the men, but not one case for the woman of any fragrance. Besides, I found this one somewhere way over on a in the beauty section aisle with a the different hair stuff was. That's where I found this one sitting there. So I'm trying to go back over there. I'll probably go back over there in about a week or so to see if I can find some more of these because this is my first year doing baskets in over 25 years. That's how long it's been since I did baskets. So I did Valentine's, I did pretty well. I think I ended up with two baskets left. And I did Mother's Day, I made Valentine's, I made 55, and I think I ended up with two left. So that was, I sold 53. For Mother's Day, I did 95 baskets and came home with 6 left. And then Father's Day, I did 30 and I came home with 10. So to me, that was great because I haven't done this in a long time. And I did a few orders as time went on for the different ones, but then I did a lot of street selling. And that's where I sold most of the those are most of the items that I did. um, I realized when I first started making my Mother's Day baskets, I was doing them one way. And then after I started watching a few people doing their baskets, I realized some things that I wanted to improve. And so I changed up some things and I was really proud of the results of the last batch of baskets. But I kind of went crazy there because I bought the rose bears in every color I could find off of Temu. I had colorful bears that I bought from Amazon. So I had packages. It was almost like for 2 weeks in a row, every day there was another package coming in. Um, Lillian, if I find some of those cigar perfumes, I will let you know. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Because I'm definitely trying to find them. I watched the video with LBE, and she was saying, don't sit around and go ahead and start making baskets now for all different occasions. So what I did was I went to different places and I was like, okay, let me get um most of my baskets, a lot of my baskets all had the cups in them of all different types. And I said, well, let me go find me some cups. And I was able to find the diamond cups that we all were getting from Dollar Tree. I was able, and I had a couple of people that I knew there. Um, I'm in Owing Mills, but I am always out. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I appreciate it. And I do travel to Maryland. We go all the way to. Actually, we went all the way to Baltimore, so that's no problem. Um, so what I did was I went to Dollar Tree just to look at a couple of things. When I saw um, Still Classy showed a couple of things, and I said, well, I want to try that concept. And so what I did was I went and I got this. No, let me do the other one. Okay, I'm gonna walk away from the screen for 1 second and then I'm gonna come right back. I want to get another concept I have. Hold on 1 second. Okay, what I did was I went to Walmart, I went to the Dollar Tree, went to a couple of stores, and I found these little bowls at Walmart. And I said I wanted to see if I could use that as a basket. And then I went and I found these. They're exfoliating foot masks and hand masks. And it had a body lotion that went with it. So I said, okay, I'm going to use those two pieces. And I put them in here just to see how I liked it. And then as I was walking around, I found the blue and green tumbler that went perfect with this design here. And then I saw the blue hand soap and I put that with it. And then I saw this. Now I have no clue about using these renewing serums that they had, but everybody seems to, I've been seeing a lot of them in people's concepts of what they were doing. So I just grabbed one and said, let me try it. And so I put that in because all I was doing was looking for items that can go into, I wanted to do couple of inexpensive baskets, but I didn't want to just have anything in them. I don't want any of my baskets to just be anything thrown in them. So I ended up putting all of this together, and I have a green loofah that I put in this other one, but I had the green loofah, and I want to put that down here at the very end here. And then I'm going to just wrap that one up. And actually, let me see, where did I put I have a little spinner. Give me a minute. Where'd I put it? Oh, okay. Amen. Sorry to be moving around, but the spinner that I bought, it sits up high, so I can demonstrate and look at stuff a little bit better. Okay. See, now I can sit it up here and you can see it. Thank you, Anita. Nice color concept. Thank you. And see, then all I did was, and it's all about, I love the color. I love putting colors together. And I'm a very bright person, so I like a lot of the bright, bold colors. And when I saw that, and I said, okay, you put that together, put it in a bag, shrink wrap it, and it's ready to go. As they kept telling, I kept hearing them saying they call them go-to baskets, or go-to baskets. So I wanted to make quite a few of them, so that if somebody calls me and says, do you have a basket that I can get somebody for a birthday present? Sure, I do. What I did was I went to the store and I bought some items because I want to do a couple of closing baskets. And so I went and I did the same thing, but with this set that I put in here, that was actually in this same little bowl. I have an orange one, a blue one, and this green one. And I took each one of those out of those concepts. This one was in an orange, all this right here was in an orange set. Was in an orange bowl. And what I put in this one here with the blues, the different blues, they were in a blue bowl. And that's how I pretty much did all of them. And these I did, I'm sorry, I got to get up one more time. Let me get a blue one and show you what I did with that one. I think I have everything else over there. Yeah. Okay, here's the blue bowl. And what I did with the blue bowl, I did the same concept. This has purple. No, I'm sorry, wrong one. What did I have with the blue? Yeah, no, I had purple and blue. Okay, that's right. This has purple, it has blue, it has like a hot pink color in it. So I put the blue the same exact way. Put those two there, put that one there. I put this body wash. I had a pink facial piece that I put to the side. I had the loofah, and then I put one of these serums, and it gave you the same concept. Let me pull it back a little bit, and let me take it off of the box. And the cup that went with that one, that's what I put left over there. Wait a minute. It has, you have to see the full effect. And with this one, this might be too much, but this is the cup I found to use with that one. So let me move this out the way and put this here. And then I'll have the two here and the loofah. And if I had room, I don't have room. I'm not going to try to fit it in there. But if I get a smaller one, I can just take this and add to it. And everything is this fuchsia and blue. And those were some of the concepts that have been working on, and I have them over there on my table for me to finish putting other things with them to finish those up. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and package those up, because those are some of the ones that I'm going to take with me when I go to both of the conferences that I'm going to. And at this conference, I do embroidery. So I have some different tote bags that I'm going to embroider designs on. And I have some cosmetic bags I'm going to embroider some designs on. I do rhinestone design or rhinestone. I'm going to do rhinestone shirts, t-shirts. And I got a brand new that I haven't even used yet, hat press. So I'm going to do some religious sayings like blessed and I forgot blessed, strong. Some of the ones I remember her that I'm purchasing because I have them in my cart, my Etsy cart. So I'm going to get them and go ahead and do those. And I'm going to take those all with me. Tailor-made designs. She did some really nice rhinestone templates, and I have them in my cart. I got to purchase them when I get off of here. I'm getting the 100% classy, 100% blessed, 100% sassy, and it was one more I have in there. I'm going to get them, and I'm going to do all of those, and I'm taking those to the conference with me. Because the church is called Grace, I forgot, Grace something. I can't use anything that has the words grace in it. So I was like, that's fine, because I had a design that spelled out what grace meant. But I said, well, I can't use that now, so no problem. I'll do some other things. I have some sublimation items that I'm going to take. I got a couple of t-shirts. I have the canvas, the 8x10 canvas. I'm going to take them. I've already, I think I kind of went crazy with the sublimation paper because I have like 5 boxes of ASUB sublimation paper, and then turned around and got some. When I ordered a bunch of stuff, I got 120 more sheets of 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper. So I don't think I need any more sublimation paper in a while. And then I also have, those were all 8.5 by 11, and I have 8.5 by 14 sublimation paper. So I'm going to be able to sublimate quite a bit of things. But for this, what I wanted to do at this conference, I wanted to be able to take not everything, but I wanted to take all of the categories of the items of the things that I actually do. So that when I give a business card out and they want to know, well, what do you do? What all do you do? Hello, Lisa Bell. Thanks for coming in. I wanted to be able to tell them that I do embroidery, I do sublimation, I do vinyl, I do rhinestones, I do quilting, I sew, I do quite a bit. And so, what I've been doing lately on my Facebook page is I've been putting just some of my work. Because I was always used to people used to tell me when I used to live in Georgia that I had the best kept secret in Georgia. And I used to always try to figure out what they meant. And what they meant was, because I'm an introvert and I stay home a lot and I stay to myself and I'm in the basement now. I have the whole basement here in my house here, but in my house in Georgia, I had the loft. So I spent a lot of time in the loft doing work. Um, a lot of the embroidery work that I did was always um, for companies. I was always doing left chest, jacket backs, um, baby blankets, towels, um, no sew blankets. I had a customer that I think I within a year's time I might have made 15 no sew blankets and embroidered the kids' names on them. So I spent a lot of time doing those kind of things. I also make jewelry. And so when I used to go to my different events that I would do, the different women's conferences that I went to, I always made jewelry. I took hand towels with pastor, bishop, those evangelists on the hand towels, and then I took special orders because once they saw those and they found out that they can put their own logo, they can get their logo put on there with their name. They just, they started having me do them. So I spent a lot of time doing that kind of work, and nothing was advertised. I never advertised anywhere to people telling them that I did it or what I did. So now that I'm here in Virginia, and my son had a good talk with me at the end of, I want to say November, I think was when I started my YouTube channel. And it was amazing because I kept telling him, I said, well, I'm going to start this YouTube channel like you keep asking me to. I said, but I'm not going to get anybody to follow me. Um, Ain't nobody going to follow me when on YouTube. And it was like before I knew it, I had 100 subscribers, and I was going, whoa, okay, maybe I'm wrong. And he said, Mom, I keep telling you, you have the best kept secret in whatever state you live in because you do not share and you do not tell people what you know how to do. You've been doing embroidery for 25 years. Don't nobody know that you have been doing embroidery for 25 years. And I said, well, yeah, you're right. And he's like, you might not remember how to do baskets and stuff, but you used to do baskets. And you used to have people calling you wanting to know, are you going to be at your location? I need this. I need that. I need this. Hello, RA Baskets. Thank you for coming in. Um, And I told him, I said, you're right. I might be rusty. I'm a lot rusty with the baskets. But the thing that I believe that I love so much is I like coordinating stuff. I like putting colors together. So I will sit in here and I'll go, okay, yellow, red, blue, green, orange, purple. Okay, I'll put all of them in a basket because at that time I was just buying baskets and I would just put little things in the basket. And then I'll go grab something that says, oh, let me put this in there because that color goes with that. And then before I know it, I had all the pieces for a basket and my baskets were ready to go. And I was like, okay, I'm loving this. And I know that I was loving it. And almost what I tell people a lot of, when you're doing something that you really love, first of all, you forget what time it is because it's not work. You're not working hard. You're doing what you love to do. I'm down here sometimes. I might come downstairs at 7, 8 o'clock. And I'll get to doing this and get to doing that and getting to doing this and getting to doing that. And when I realize it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm saying, oh my God, I got to go to bed. Even though I don't work, I'm retired. I'm a retired police officer. But I was like, It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to go to bed. But it didn't seem like it was 4 o'clock in the morning. It just seemed like a couple of hours that I was down here. But I had been down here like 6 hours. But I was doing something that I love to do. The baskets. I am so much loving these baskets that and putting these colors together and coming up with new ideas and saying, oh, let me try this. Oh, let me try that. That's why I wanted, when I went on All Things K's, when I went on her live today, last night, because I'm not sure what time it is, but last night, I was asking, did anybody use those boxes? Because when I saw those boxes and I said, 50 boxes? And I can get them for one day I got one for $2, I think it was, and another one I got for $3. And then the brown ones, I got them for $1. And I said, okay, wait a minute. I got to do something with all of these boxes. Well, it took the place. To me, it's going to take the place of, I think I lost my mind during Mother's Day. I went out since right after Valentine's Day, I went out to the store because I said I wanted to get ahead of the game. I went out and I know I bought 100 different containers. And then I came back in my basement. I had 4 6-foot tables, and I got them all connected, like 2 on one end, and then 2 going the long way, and then 2 going the other way, as to be able to be one big long area, one big work area. Well, I came home and I started putting those containers on all of the. If it was an empty space, I had a container on it. And then I have 2 4-foot tables over near my walls. And I turned around and I put containers over there. And then I have an 8-foot table in this room behind me. And I put containers over there. And then after that, I went and I started buying items to start putting in those containers. And when I was sitting there, I just started putting, like, I ordered, all my bears started coming in, the color bears, and I went with them first. And I just kept putting them in containers of colors the way I wanted them to go. And then I went to Burlington, and I went to Roses, and I went to Ross, I went to Dollar Tree, I went to, where else did I go? Oh, TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Hello to anybody that came in and I didn't see I apologize, but thank you for coming into my live. This is my very first live, and I hope I'm doing pretty good. I went and I just bought and I bought and I bought and I bought and I bought. And then after I started, I did a couple of videos where I just walked around showing all of the containers with stuff in them as I was prepping. And I think I called it today that I was prepping for Mother's Day. And when I say I was so amazed, I at that time I didn't realize I had become a part of the basket community. Thank you, Miss Anita. I didn't realize I had become a part of the basket community because at that point, I want to say I think I had like 300 subscribers. And it was like after I did about four to five the previews of me putting them together, and then I did a couple more of me sitting down putting some baskets together. And I want to say within 2 weeks' time, I went from 300 to almost 600 subscribers. And I was going, what happened? Where'd they come from? Nobody was subscribing to me after I had got to 300. And I was like, well, what happened? And then I started paying attention and realizing that it was a lot of people who made baskets. And I said, oh my God, thank y'all so much. And that's when I was truly sincere when I said to it was like every 100, I was on here saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it was overwhelming to me because this is not what I expected. And the whole time my son kept saying, Mom, I told you, just start telling people what you do. Let them see some of your work and you'll be able to go from there. And he was right because I'm at 800 and something now. And he said, you'll be at 1,000 before you know it. And I said, well, prayerfully, if this is what God wants for me, then because I've always been a big believer that what God has for you is for you. It's no point in getting on. And the first thing I told him when I went to go do a YouTube channel and all of that, I told him, I said, I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself because I'm always trying to better me. I'm not in competition with the next person because if there's something that I know how to do and you don't know how to do it, I am more than willing to show you, tell you what I know how to do. I don't feel like I should keep whatever away from you because you may do better than I do. I don't care if you do better than I do, which actually when you're in the work world, I used to be a supervisor a long, long time ago. And my theory as being a supervisor was the job that I had, I'm supposed to be grooming somebody else for that job, for that position that I'm in, so that I can go to the next level. But they need to be able, because somebody need to be able to fill in my shoes when they promote me to the next level. And if you sit here and you start saying, I'm not going to teach them anything, I'm not going to tell them what I know how to do, because if I tell them what I know how to do, then they're going to get better than me. Iron sharpens iron. I was a minister for many years, me and my husband, and we were firm believers. Iron sharpens iron. And that's where it all came from. What I know how to do, see, and what I realized as in the crafting community as I was coming up, that a lot of people did not like to share stuff, especially when I was being that I was solely in the beginning just embroidery. Well, I went to many trade shows. I paid thousands of dollars to go to these shows to learn everything that I could from people who've been doing this 30, 40, 50 years. I wanted to learn from them. And then once I learned from them, when you came and asked me a question that had to do with embroidery, if I knew the answer, you best to believe I'm telling you the answer. You best to believe I'm going to show you how to do it if we're in the same vicinity. I was never scared to show you how to do something and think that you're going to take my customers or you're going to take this or you're going to take that. That didn't make a difference to me because I always had that feeling and I'm going to die with that feeling or that saying that what God has for me is for me. No one can take what God has for me. Now, something can happen. God can have some things for me, but if I don't push myself to go to the next level, I can never have some of those things that he has for me. If I want to stay stagnant in one spot, then I can't progress because God has more for me than where I am right now. And I know that at some point I'm going to have those 1,000 subscribers. But I'm going to have those 1,000 subscribers because I'm going to be trying to help anybody who asks me for help. Right here in my basement right here, I have a Cricut maker, I have 2 Cameo 2s, and I have a Caesar 24-inch Romeo, all cutters. And behind me, I have a Brother SP1 sublimation printer. If anybody need any help with those kind of things, now I'm still new at the Caesar Romeo. I'm still new with that one, but the Cricut and the the Cameos, I run those. I run my sublimation printer. Someone need helps with any of that kind of stuff. Oh, I will gladly tell you what I know, tell you who to go, whose YouTubes to look at, all of that kind of stuff. Because I don't have a problem sharing any of that. I don't have a problem telling you where to order something from, where I got something from. But sometimes folks don't want to do that. They don't want to share. They don't want you to know where they got stuff from. My thing is like I said, there's enough. It's enough customers out here for everybody. It's enough customers out here for everybody. Some people don't want to do it as a business. Some people do it as a business. I've had a business since 2007. I think I bought the commercial embroidery machine 2007. Yeah, 2007. I've had a business ever since then. Sometimes I operated the business like it was supposed to be operated, and sometimes I really didn't. And I'm just starting. I just went and got my business license and all of that stuff and got vendors again and all of that this year because I kind of took a leave of absence, I guess. But now I'm back. I want to do this as a business. So now in my eyes, I don't have time to play around with the things that I used to play with because I was a big person where, like in Georgia, I made some skirts, African print skirts. Well, I'm one of those people. I am not going to tell you that I know how to do something and I don't know how to do it. I come in contact with so many people who do that. Don't tell somebody when you just got a brand new cameo and you've only had it for 2 weeks. Don't tell somebody that you can make them t-shirts and you can make them this and you can make them that and you haven't figured that machine out your own self. You have not made enough stuff. You have not made enough shirts and all of that kind of stuff to be telling somebody you can sell them. I knew how to sew. I learned how to make a new skirt. I made 15 skirts before. When I got to skirt number 12, I had a young lady come and ask me about making her some skirts. And I told her that I was still learning how to make these skirts. She said, Miss Lillian, I don't mean no harm, but I've just seen you for the last 2 months wear a different skirt to church every single Sunday. And I know you made every last one of them. I said, I sure did, and I'm still perfecting it. Well, how much longer is it going to take you to perfect this skirt? I said, well, I'm on skirt number 15. Maybe I might. She said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm putting my order in. I want 5 skirts. And the skirts that I was making, they fit size 2 to size 24 because of the way that they were made. She said, I want so many maxis and I want so many middies. Let me know how much I owe you and get to working on my skirt. Practice on my 5 skirts and let them be your rest of your skirts. And from that point on, it was like she started telling people that I made those skirts that she had on. And before I know it, I had orders for skirts. And I put those skirts that I made, I put some of those on my YouTube channel just to, just showing some of the stuff that I made. In my back storage room, I want to say, if I had to count, probably 40 different pieces of 6-yard fabric, African print fabric that I kind of pushed to the side because once I got here and once we moved from Georgia, it's kind of like, I was like, I don't have any customers. Everybody's down there, that's when shipping stuff started being real expensive and all of that. I'm putting my order in. I want 5 maxi skirts. And it was like everybody that I had that were customers kept saying, Miss Lillian, I love you dearly, but I can't do the shipping. I can't do the shipping. And my feelings was, okay, you can't do the shipping, but I can't do free shipping. I'm not at that place, in my business to be able to offer free shipping. I said, I'm sorry. And so I felt like I lost a lot of customers because they didn't want to ship. They didn't want things shipped from Virginia to Georgia. So I said, I went back in that. I'm not going to say I went into a depression because I didn't go into a depression. I just walked away from business for a while. And I just told my husband, I said, I'm walking away for a little bit. I'm giving myself some me time and I'm going to get back. And when I get back, I'm going to come back strong. And when I came back, I had went to a bling fest in North Carolina with some awesome ladies. Eve Baby's Booty, she put the bling fest on, and that was my first time going to that type of thing. Hello, Pooh's Creations, Driven Fortitude. Hello, everybody that's come in and that has taken the time to come into my live. I appreciate it so much, and I thank y'all for being here. Um, I got to meeting people and talking to them, and I was like, okay, all of them have businesses, all of them are doing this and doing that and doing this. And I said, okay, it's my time now. And it was like the song that I don't remember who sung the song, but it's my time. It's my time. That song that's called It's My Time. I started playing that song and walking around my house saying, Lord, it's my time. And if it's really my time, show me that it's really my time. And that week I kept saying that, it's my time, it's my time. My son comes downstairs and says, Mom, you know what we're going to do today? And I said, no, what we going to do? He said, we're going to set you up a YouTube channel. I said, and who going to go on YouTube? He said, you are. I said, I don't want to show my face on no YouTube. He said, Mom, there's a lot of people on YouTube who get behind the scenes and never show their face. And I said, okay, we can do this. And I forgot, I think I told him when I got to 300 subscribers, I was going to go live. And I told him, I said, well, it's a good thing I ain't tell anybody that because I am not going live. There's no way you're going to get me to go live. And after I got off the live with All Things K today, I was walking around in my basement. I said, you know what? You got all these boxes. You got all this stuff you just bought. You got a really nice haul. And it's time for you to show somebody some of your stuff. And that's what I did. And it was like, I was so nervous because he kept saying, Mom, go ahead. And I was like, no, give me time. My nerves is just shot right now. And he said, just pretend like you're talking to yourself and go live. And so I went live and he said, you're going to be surprised, Mom, when you find out people are actually going to come on your live and look and listen to what you have to say. I told you that you have a lot to say. You have a lot that you can teach people. And I went to tell him, okay, I'm going to do it. I know that God is going to be with me. God's going to take care of me and God's going to handle this. And so I went on and I went live at first and I was like, okay, well, what do I talk about? And I said, well, you got all of these items, you got concepts you've already done that you got over here on your table. Share them. Start talking about them. Start showing some of the things that you've done. And I was still wanting somebody to comment to tell me if they've ever used these boxes before. That's the black one. And then my white one, I'll show that one again, where I put stuff in there and made a concept out of that one. And then the brown one, which was bigger, because I actually went through different people's YouTubes and I kept saying, I can't find anybody that's used these boxes so that I can get some kind of idea if what I'm doing is, am I doing this right? And so that's when I just said, okay, well, look, you just sit here and put some stuff together and see how you like it. And that's kind of what I did tonight. I said, well, I'm going to put these in here. I didn't put any shred or any paper in any of them yet. I just put the items in there to see if they will fit. And when I saw that they fit, and I said, well, I got 150 of these. I'm going to have to use these because they say use what you have. Don't keep going out buying more. Don't keep going out buying this and keep going out buying that. And for the price that I got these boxes, when I went on Amazon, since they all came from Amazon, and I saw that one box set cost like $43, one cost like $35. I said, oh yeah, you're gonna use those. And I said, I know when all of us, first of all, when I used to do jewelry, when I used to teach classes, I would tell people when I purposely did it just so that I can prove a point to different people. I gave everybody, the first class I did, it was 10, I had 10 students, and I gave every single person the same exact beads, the same pendant, the same clasp, all of that. And I told them, I said, I guarantee you. And I taught them how to make a necklace, a bracelet, and earrings. I told them, I said, I guarantee when all of y'all finish, nobody's necklace, bracelet, and earrings are going to look the same. I said, I'm going to tell you right now, you all have the same items. Nobody's items are going to look the same when y'all finish. And they kept saying, I don't believe. I said, watch. And when they finished, everybody got up and just, walked around, pranced around, showing off their items. And I told them, I said, did I make my point? And they said, but how did we? I said, because none of us think alike. Not one of us think alike. So there's no way that we're going to make 10 of the same. Y'all going to make 10 of the same items. You don't think that way. So that's when I started saying, I might watch a video and like a concept that somebody is using, but when I go to start trying to put the concept together, I'm not going to end up putting the concept together the same way they did, because I may try, they use this cup, I'm going to use that cup. They use this bath gel, I want to use this bath gel. They use this hand soap, I'm going to use that hand soap. But I learned from watching them put their concept together, but it ended up being a different concept when I finished it, because none of us do the same stuff. We all may use the same products, but we don't do the same stuff. And I think that was one of the, yep, you're right, Pooh. We all have different creative minds, but we're basket makers and we bring different concepts to the table. And that's one of the things when I first joined the Basket Makers Facebook page, I told them that I hadn't been doing this for a while. I have, it's been over 20 years since I made baskets, but anything that I knew how to do, I was more than willing to help. Because with my baskets, case in point, 2020 came and everybody started buying sewing machines to make masks. Well, I had 3 sewing machines, a commercial embroidery machine and the home embroidery machine. And I was going, I'm not making no masks. I am not. And one morning, the Holy Spirit woke me up about 4:00 in the morning and told me to get up and make some masks. And I was like, I don't want to make no masks. So I didn't make any masks that day. And the next morning I wake up again, make some masks. So I go, okay, I'll make some masks. Well, what I ended up doing is I made 50 masks, and I took all of those masks to 3 different doctors' offices that I go to that were my doctors. I took the mask over there and I just gave it to them. And they were so surprised that I wasn't charging them. I just gave it to them. And I went back home and I said, now, what can I do that will set me apart and make me stand out from all of these people that were making masks? Well, Holy Spirit talked to me again. You got a commercial embroidery machine. Put it to use. So I decided I was going to couple of my friends were nurses at the hospital because we at where I lived in Brunswick, Georgia, we only had one hospital. So I said, okay, make a couple of masks for her with her name on it and put the hospital's name on the other side. So I put the hospital name on one side, put their logo on one side, put her name on the other side, and called her and told her I had a couple of things to bring to her. And I bought them to her, and I told her, she said, well, how much I owe you? I said, you don't owe me nothing. I said, just wear them. That's all I want you to do. Just wear them. And she said, well, if I wear them and somebody say, who did them? Can I give them your phone number? I said, sure, give my phone number. Next minute, I know my phone was ringing off the hook. Miss Lillian, can you make me one with my name on it? Can you make me one with my school's name on it? Can you make me one for my child with their college name on them? Can you make me one? And it was like, before I knew it, I was nonstop 7 days a week making masks. I messed around, and one of my friends from high school asked me when they saw me posting different masks, wanted to know if I could make our high school. I said, yeah, I'll get the logo because I have a guy that digitizes for me. I'll get the logo, have him digitize it, and I'll make a mask. Well, I just made a mask and I put my name on it since I graduated from that school. I put my name on the other side and I posted it. Well, when I tell you, I think I made thousands. No, I know I made thousands of masks. And then it went from, I was wearing Walmart out because I was buying bolts of I had to buy bolts of fabric at a time because I was running through fabric. And I was like, okay, Lord. And that's when I went back to what God has for me is for me. See, when I first started, I wasn't asking a dime for those masks. And I feel like when you do stuff for God, God rewards you. I don't have to worry about another person rewarding me because God's going to give me my rewards for what I end up doing. When I gave the mothers the Mother's Day bags that I did last year, they didn't ask me for it. They didn't know. But my thing was, I knew that when I started doing what God wanted me to do, God was going to take care of it. He was going to handle it. And I feel the same way. I've just opened up the doors to let people know what I know how to do. I put on Facebook on YouTube, all of the different things that I know how to do. Now I'm just going to sit back and wait for God to bring me my rewards, which is, like I said, I'm at 800 and something. 70 something, and I'm not far from 1,000, and I've already been out purchasing gifts that I'm going to give away when I get to 1,000. I got a nice, I even have my hat over here. I'm giving away one of those when I reach 1,000, and I have several other things when I reach 1,000. My thing is at first I kept saying, okay, well, I can make some different things, but a lot of people do some of the same things that I do. So I said, nope, I want to do something different. I'm not going to make anything. I'm going to go and I'm going to purchase. Now, one thing I did make, and I was very proud of that. I am going to give that away. Let me show you real quick. Hopefully you can see the bling in it. I think it'll shine. But this is one of the gifts I'm giving away when I get to 1,000 subscribers. It says stay focused. And that thing, no matter how you turn it, that thing blings. And I made that. I was so proud of it. I never used it. I kept saying, nope, I'm going to use that. I'm going to give that away at some point. I don't know to who, but I was going to give that away at some point. And that is one of the items that I plan on giving away when I get to 1,000 subscribers. And I am so sorry. I get on people's lives and I watch and I listen to them. And I was like, when I told my son earlier, when he said for me to go, I told him I wanted to go live and he showed me what to do. And I told him, I said, and I'm gonna be off of here within 30, 35 minutes. I'm gonna be done. And if I'm looking at this thing right, it looked like it's telling me that I've been on here an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't even think I had nothing to talk about for an hour and 30 minutes. Hi, Miss Sean T. Y'all, I've already won that hat. That's mine. Believe it. I, right now, I just don't know what to say right now. I am so overwhelmed. I am so happy. I am so blessed. Like Pooh, when I came on your live the other day and you was having a praise break, I started having one right with you. And all I kept saying was, Lord, I'm glad that we can't see each other. Because I was in my house praising God right along with you. Because I truly believe when God is blessing somebody, you better be praising and be happy for them, because that means that God is in the neighborhood. And when God blesses one person, he can bless another one. So don't hate on somebody's blessing when they're telling you their testimony and they're telling you what he's done for them. Oh no, you praise right along with them, because your blessing is coming. Hi, Maria. Thanks for coming in. And I'm just going to keep telling people that you praise right along with anybody that starts, you get on their live and they start talking about what God has done for them and what's going on in their life. You praise right along with them. You praise. I was in here crying with her. I was crying for her. I was happy. She was having a praise break. I was like, you go right on, girl. Go ahead. I mean, and my son comes downstairs looking at me like, Mama, are you all right? I said, don't worry about it. It's this God's time right now. He said, but you're watching a YouTube video. I said, I know I'm watching a YouTube video, but she praising God right now. And I'm praising him right along with her and for her. And that's how I know God's going to open up doors. He going to open up doors that man cannot close, and he going to close the doors that should never have been opened in the first beginning. So we can't be disappointed or wonder what happened if all of a sudden we try something and it doesn't work, because sometimes that's God saying, that's not the direction that I want you to go. So I'm going to have to shut that down. And I do believe that God has shut some things down so he can open other things. And all we have to do is walk in it, which is what I tell people when I come downstairs. I say, my business name is Blessed Hands by Lillian, because everything that I've learned how to do in the last 30 years, it was not me. And I didn't learn how to do it for myself. I learned how to do it so I can pass on or help somebody else. I've been realizing that a lot of people in the basket community saying that they don't know how to use Cricut, and they don't know how to use this cutter or that cutter. Any questions that you have, if I can help you and I can answer something for you, I'll be more than happy to answer it. Any embroidery questions that you have, I've been doing embroidery for almost 30 years now. More than happy to help you with anything if I can help you. And if I can't help you, I will certainly be looking up something to try to tell you where to go. That's for sure. I don't remember who's live, but I was watching somebody's live and she didn't do well for Father's Day and she was crying. She was upset, and it literally broke my heart looking at, looking at her video, and I kept saying, I just kept praying for her, and I was like, Lord, I know that sometimes, because I felt the same way. That's chosen. I felt the same way because I messed around and I made my first two high-end baskets, and those were Invicta watches. I ordered some Invicta watches. I ordered Invicta bracelets. I ordered Invicta blankets, and what else did I put in that basket? It's on my YouTube. But anyway, charged I did I put $150 on each one of those baskets. And I had a young lady, I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way. I will never hold another basket for anyone. I had a young lady come on Father's Day that morning and wanted a basket for her father. And she saw the basket, and I told her that the basket was, someone had asked me to hold that basket. And I did not want to not hold that basket. And then he turned around and come maybe half an hour after she's gone, and I sold the basket. So I didn't sell the basket to her. Well, needless to say, the basket is upstairs because the guy did not get the basket. And when I say crushed, I was crushed because I ended up coming home with that basket and 10 other baskets. But I said never again will I hold the basket, that any more baskets. And I said, lesson learned, you don't have to show me but one time. Lesson learned. I will never hold a basket again. As if you come and you say you want that basket, I'm going to give you that basket. Now, when I added up the price of everything, and I know I might have not priced the basket correctly, but when I added up everything, the retail value of this particular basket, I know it was like $500 for everything that was in there. But I didn't pay the retail price for those things. And my husband says, "Oh, it's no problem." He said, "Because we're going to go out for what is it? Christmas in July. We're going out next weekend, next Friday and Saturday, and we have something to do the weekend after that, and then we're going out the next weekend. And I have 6 women's baskets left, and I have 11 because I have that Invicta." He said, "We're going out with those baskets, and I'm going to guarantee you we're going to sell those baskets." And I said, "Okay." I go back to my same thing. I'm going to pray about it. And I'm going to say the same thing that I say every day I walk out of here to go sell my baskets is, God, what you have for me is for me. And I just ask you to do your thing. And that's what I'm going to do with those baskets. The baskets that I got to make, that I'm going to make, I'm taking them to the conference, the 3-day conference, and I'm praying that I can sell some of those and be done with them so that I have to come back for the conference that I have in 3 weeks after that, that I'll have to make some more to go with some of the other stuff that I'm taking. But when I go out this time, because I'm not doing just Father's Day or Mother's Day, because when I did Mother's Day, I didn't take out anything else that I do. I just took out the baskets. Well, when I go out for Christmas in July, I'm going out with rhinestone baseball caps. I'm going out with rhinestone t-shirts. I'm going out with vinyl t-shirts. I'm going out with embroidered tote bags. I mean, I'm taking a full arsenal out with me. I'm gonna have 3 tables, and I'm going to take all of that stuff out, and prayerfully, I won't be bringing back much of anything. That's my feelings. That's my feelings. And I was like, all of this is new to me as far as the street selling, because I haven't street sold anything since 2000 was the last time And I used to tell my husband, it used to be funny because I was in the same area, the same place every Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. I don't remember doing Father's Day up there. But I had guys who looked for me and would tell me because at over where we were living, there was a Fredericks of Hollywood. And y'all know I'm telling my age then, because Fredericks of Hollywood haven't been around in a long time. But they used to give me money and tell me to go and get this, go get that, get this size, get that size. And I would make 4 or 5 baskets and bring them back to them. And those baskets be 200, 250 with everything because they wanted wine. They wanted the champagne glasses. They wanted wine glasses. A couple of times I literally had to get champagne and put in them. I mean, I made these baskets for these guys. And when I say I was surprised back then how much money I used to keep having to tell my husband, come get this money off me. Come get this money off me. Come get this money off me. And he was like, for real, I said, come get this money off me. I don't want to be up here with all this money. Come get this money off of me. And I said, right now, I've only been here 2 years where I am now. I don't know nobody. They don't know, nobody knows me. But I said, that's all right. That's when I turned to the Lord and I said, you do you. You put this all together for me. You got this all in my heart. You got me going the way that I'm going. So now I got to sit back and let you work. And that's what I feel like we all have to say. And I'm going to go back to Chosen when she was saying that she was so hurt because she didn't sell a whole lot. And I was saying I did on Mother's Day, that Sunday, I had 36 baskets. And I kept saying, Lord, I know you said you got me, but I got 36 baskets and we're on Mother's Day. How am I going to sell all of these baskets before Mother's Day is over? And so I went out, I said, well, wait a minute, people go to church at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning. We got dressed. At 8 o'clock, we were out setting up. And my first customer came at 8:30. And I just sat there and just kept watching as the time was going on. And I was like, I'm down to 6 baskets. And by that time, it was like 5 o'clock. And my husband called me and said, okay, I don't know how many baskets you got, but you can ready to shut it down because I'm coming ready to come. He had went to church and went to see his mom and all that. He said, we're going to shut it down and I'm going to I'm going to take you out to dinner. So I was like, okay, then I'm going to shut it down. I said, I got 6 baskets out of 95 baskets. The God has truly blessed me. And I walked away with that feeling. But what I'm saying about Chosen, I know how she felt because that morning I was distraught. And I kept saying, okay, Lord, you got me. You said you got me. You said you would never leave me nor forsake me. So I have to trust that whatever happened today is all you. And that's where I had to leave it because it was like when my husband left to go to his mom's, I didn't want to let him know I was scared. I didn't want to let him know that I had let fear set in because I did. I let fear set in and I was scared because I kept saying, 36 baskets? I can't be left with 36 baskets. And after he left, I stood beside the baskets. I walked around almost like, and I said, if somebody saw me, they think I lost my mind. You know how they walked around 7 times and then the walls fell down. I walked around my table 7 times. And when I got to the 7th time, I said, Lord, you're going to work this out and you're going to do what you need to do. And the next minute I know people start coming up, pulling up. How much is your baskets? I said, you can get on out the car and come on and go look. Come on and look. They all different prices. And when I got down to when I had like 6 baskets left, I said, Lord, I didn't do none of this. I did not do any of this. This was all you. This was all you're doing. And I guess I just want, being that I'm a new person at this again, I just want to encourage any and everybody, whatever it is that you set your heart to do, you know what God has put in your heart. And God's not going to give us nothing that he's not behind. He's going to be with us. He stands behind us because, first of all, he gave it to us. He gave us gifts and talents. And what we do with those gifts and talents is up to us, because he's not going to make us do anything. He gave us free will. He's not going to make us do anything. But when we take those, it's like the footprints in my living room, in my hallway, in my foyer. I have the female with God carrying her, and I have the male with God carrying him. And then in the middle, I have Jesus in the middle of the two of us, in the two of those pictures. And I tell my husband, wherever we go, those pictures I will never get rid of, because that's God carrying me and that's God carrying him. And then God is in the middle. So, and like I be telling people, when you get married, it's not two people in your marriage. It's three people in your marriage. It's you here, your husband there, and then it's God. He brings that three. And as long as them three are together, nobody can come in. Nobody can interfere. No, now they can try, because like it says, no weapon formed against us. But there is nothing anywhere in the Bible that does not tell you that the weapons won't form. He says the weapons won't prosper, which is another one where I tell people all the time, I don't fight battles. I don't fight my battles. But what I do is I get in the ring. Because God can't fight my battle if I'm not there to stand still. He says, stand still and know that I am God. Well, I will come to the battle and I will stand there. And when I stand there, I'll be going, Lord, you said you got this. All I had to do was come and stand still, and you'll fight the battle. And that's where I leave it. He fights my battles. I don't have to fight a battle. He said I didn't have to. He said vengeance is his. I don't have to do any of that. So when you come for me, you need to know that you coming for God, because he going to fight this battle. Any battle you want to bring at me, you need to know that I got the full armor of God on. And I'll be ready to go to war, because when I go to war, my going to war is God's got it. Because he said he will fight my battles. I don't have to fight them. And I've talked a whole lot. And I'm just so thankful for all of you all who have stayed here with me through my first live. So now I can scratch that off my list. I've done my first live, and actually got through my first live. Now, one of the things I kept asking myself, and a lot of you all who are who has well over 1,000 subscribers and have been doing this for a long time, when you go live, does those what did that thing it says? Something hours, your something hours. When I see people having lives that are an hour, 5 hours, because I've actually went on one where they do 5 and 6 hours. Are those hours that they get? Those hours are at watch hours. That's it. Do most of them come from like when you're doing lives? I'll sit, because I want to see the answer for that one. Because I kept saying, how does a person get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I was like, well, how does that work? And I noticed that everybody had lives. And I kept saying, well, do the lives give you the watch hours? And then, because I told my son the other day, I said, well, I won't never have any watch hours. He said, why? I said, because I'm not going live. I won't go live till I don't know when I'll ever go live. And lo and behold, I don't believe, but like I said, tonight I actually went live. And I hope I didn't talk y'all heads off. I really, really hope I didn't. But I do know that when I get to talking about things that I'm passionate about all of my different crafts that I do, but I'm more passionate about God than I am about any of this. So when he puts something in my heart and tell me to share it, I share it. I share it. Cause I'm one of those ones that even when people used to come to talk to me and want to talk to me, I have to tell them right up front, don't come and talk to me if you're not ready to hear the truth, because I'm not a sugarcoater. I cannot sugarcoat anything for you. If he tells me to say XYZ, then I'm saying XYZ. And I already know that when I do get started doing lives, I'll be talking about, I might be talking about baskets, I might be talking about embroidery, I might be talking about sublimation, I might be talking about rhinestones and all of that. But I can guarantee you that somewhere in that conversation, I'm going to start talking about God. Because it's natural, it comes natural, it's not like something I have to think about. It's natural. Okay. Now how do you put it on on public? The same way I do when I make a video? Okay. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Like I belong to a when I moved here in Virginia, because I like to sew and I like to give back, I went and found a church, and I don't belong to the church, but I went and found a church that has a sewing group, and they quilt. And I didn't know anything about quilting until last year when I joined the sewing group. And we quilt for one of the local hospitals. We do prayer quilts. And they give those to people who are having surgeries and stuff like that. We do prayer pillow. I'm sorry, coughing pillows, and that's for anybody that has surgery. When you get ready to have surgery, they give you the pillow so that you can hold it on you for when you cough, and it'll take some of the pressure away. So we meet every Thursday morning from 9:30 to 3 o'clock every Thursday. We make well, I did it all last year. I made scarves for the homeless, because one of the churches have this long fence where their church is, and they put out clothespins. And what you do with the clothespins is, like, say we make let's say I made 25 scarves one time. We take the 25 scarves and you put each one on a clothespin, and then whoever needs a scarf or a hat or whatever it is, a blanket, they come by there and they pick them up. No questions asked. No, they don't owe any money, nothing like that. And I'm always trying to find different organizations like that to be a part of, because I want to give back every time I do something. Every time I do something, I want to be able to be a bless. I want to be a blessing to be a blessing. When somebody blesses me, you don't have to bless me for me to bless you. That's just who I am. You don't have to bless me for me to. I'll bless you, and when you bless me, or when I bless you, I'm not looking for you to give me something back, because I always be saying God will reward me. He will reward me, and He can reward me just by sending me a customer. He can reward me just by sending me a customer. He could send me a customer tomorrow that wants some stuff and spend $500 with me. Okay, I'll make a live stream, because I had somebody ask me, how do I make my um I use the fleece. I use the fleece and make the scarves with. So yeah, but now that I'm kind of done my first live, I may go ahead and do me a live doing some rhinestones, and make a T-shirt or something like that. And um, I don't think I'm gonna do a live with the embroidery machine, because that inside that room is where my three embroidery machines are, and in that room it echoes and it's really really loud. So there's no way that somebody would hear me over those machines running. So I probably won't do. I'll show the end result, or and just do those in a video. Because what I do when I do a video, I just go over there and stand in front of the machine, let it run for a little bit, and then I stop it. And then I pause it and wait until it gets almost to like the last letter. And then I'll turn the camera back on and let it finish out. And then I'll take a picture of it's still on the hoop. And then I'll take it off the hoop. And then I'll take a picture of it again. And then I stop. Because other than that, it's just really, really loud. You're right, Miss Anita. It kind of like, almost like when you're doing your tithes, and God say is He says He loves a cheerful giver. If you're going to go walk up, or however that your church, the church that you go to, if you're going to go up grudgingly and I don't want to do this, I don't want to give no tithe, then you might as well not give your tithes. You might as well not give it, because He knows you ain't want to do that. Which is like a lot of people when they have businesses. Once, like when we finished with Father's Day, I figured out how much I made. 10% goes to him. It before I can do anything. 10% got to go to him. When I did Mother's Day, 10% has to go to him. Because me not giving that 10%, he can block the next thing that I go to try to do, and it won't work. And sometimes we sit there trying to figure out, well, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working for me? Well, start looking at everything and make sure you lined up right. Because sometimes we ain't lined up right. Well, in 3 more minutes, I'll be at 2 hours, and I am going to stop and I am going to get off this live. And I, like, again, I thank everybody. You just don't know what y'all have done for me. I'm on cloud nine right now. I don't even know if I can go to sleep right now. I'm gonna probably have to go find something else to do, because I'm still in awe. I'm still in awe. I know my son had to go to bed because he got to go to work in the morning, but I know he'll have a lot to talk to me about tomorrow evening when he comes home, because he's not gonna believe that I stayed this long, and I don't believe I stayed this long. But I had things to share, about with the boxes and all of that. And it was like he just gave me stuff to say. And the more he gave me stuff to say, the more I had to let it come out and let say what he gave me to say. So I truly, oh, you still here? My son is still here, y'all. You're supposed to be asleep. I don't know what time it is, but you're supposed to be asleep. But I just truly, truly thank everybody. Okay. Now I don't know, and I'll get my son to show me what to do. Pooh, do you mind me making you a moderator? And Lady Diva? Thank you, Maria. Oh, thank you so much. Miss Anita, can you be a moderator for me also? I don't know if she's still on. Yeah, I'll ask my son to show me what to do. You just tap on our name and click mod. Okay, tap on your name. Tap your name. Oh, okay, I see it. Wait a minute. Which one do I do? Do I put managing moderator or standard moderator? Okay, I just put in live and also for the standard moderators. Can block. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Managing moderator. Okay, I changed them. Ooh, now, one other question. Do I need to I know that YouTube has its own live, but I see people using oh now I can't even think of the name of it. It's a app or whatever, they go live with it and they can shoot, I can't. StreamYard, that's it. StreamYard. Do I need to have StreamYard or one of them, or is it okay with me just starting out with this one? With just using YouTube Live. Okay. All righty. Well, I'm going to end the live now. I thank everybody. Have an awesome night. And I don't know when I'll go live again, but I thank y'all all for being here with me. Now, how do I end it? Uh-oh. Do you just hit the X? Okay. Have an awesome time, y'all. Thank y'all. Thanks everybody for coming.